Yo! Hi, how you doing? I don't want to make him cry, bro.
Now, what if I told you that clip right there set the internet on fire? Well, it did. So DDG came on to Kai Cenat's stream last night as a special guest with a special guest himself, that being his baby Halo. Nothing really crazy happened on stream, and if anything, it was pretty wholesome because Kai ended up giving the baby like a bunch of gifts. However, Halle Bailey, DDG's ex and Halo's mother, did go on Twitter to say this. Hi everyone, just so you know, I am out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on a stream tonight. I wasn't told or notified and I am extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions of people. I am his mother and protector and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I am out of town. This is then DDG finding out about the tweet live on stream, and this is how he reacted.
Oh, yeah. Yes, good size, chat.
Essentially, he just tried to ignore it. Halle then had another tweet that night in which he says, as a woman experiencing severe postpartum, there are boundaries that I wish to be respected. Nobody knows what someone is going through until they snap. And after getting a bunch of hate, Halle then deactivated her Twitter and her Instagram. For those of you who don't know about DDG and Halle's relationship, this is a relationship that started early 2022, and by that point in time, Halle was pretty much already mainstream. She was way closer to what you would call a traditional celebrity back then, and DDG was already a really big content creator online. And their relationship already has been pretty controversial prior to all of this happening, specifically the dynamic of DDG being a content creator and Halle Bailey being more mainstream, and essentially Halle's fans saying that she can do way better than DDG, all these different things. Halle Bailey being this high profile name, why the fuck are you dating a YouTuber? Like, a YouTuber? All the way back in October when they broke up, Joe Budden even had this to say about the whole situation.
Who the is DDG? and why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing this nigga's name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. I don't even know enough about her. Like, I'm not her demo. Right. I'm not her demo either. But every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically in some type of clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way, and hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they've broken. Well,
and there's a bunch of different takes on the relationship that is similar to this, but what makes this situation different is I feel like for the first time ever, the internet is essentially on DDG's side. What Halle Bailey tried to do to DDG is nasty work. She understands how hated he is by her fan base and tried to weaponize that. Then tried to use postpartum as the icing on the DDG slander cake and was prepared to sit back and watch that guy get violated. The father of her son, Uno. Halle Bailey deactivated because weaponizing her fan base against DDG didn't work. LMFAO. Halle Bailey acted like DDG took her son to the hood. DDG took him to a $55 million mansion to get gifts from a multi-millionaire. I bet if she go to Beyonce and Jay-Z's house and they go live, she's not gonna ask DDG, is it okay? Halle, I didn't know my baby was gonna be on stream tonight. DDG literally streams every night. Girl, leave us the hell alone. A lot of the replies on Fear Buck's tweet is essentially, yo, if this is really a problem and it's really a off-internet situation, then call Daryl. Is Daryl his actual name? Am I just making that up? So I will say this, I think it's fair to hold Halle Bailey accountable in this situation. If Halle's main reasoning for being mad is the fact that the baby is being shown in front of millions of people, then I'm sorry, that is hypocritical given the fact that this is a baby that's been public ever since he was born. From Halle's IG to all the vlogs that DDG has, the baby being online is nothing new. Also, she decided years ago to be in a serious relationship with a content creator. And not just any content creator, one of the biggest content creators in the world who specifically does vlogs and streams. This is not some random dude just dancing on TikTok. This is not some photographer that takes photos of other people. This is Daryl. This is DDG. So from DDG's perspective, I wouldn't be surprised if, he wasn't doing this to be petty at Halle. It was just on some, damn, you was cool with all them vlogs. What's the difference here? I think one of the biggest takeaways from this situation is just how tricky it can be when you get into a relationship with a content creator who makes a living off of sharing and being transparent about their life. It also shows a problem with family content in general, because what typically happens is that your life and business becomes very intertwined. Your life, your relationship becomes the content. It becomes what pays you the bills. And when you bring a baby into the equation, The baby becomes the content. And you might be saying, B-Souls, what the fuck is the problem with showing little Jacob's first birthday party? And in a vacuum, there is nothing wrong with that. However, we don't live in a vacuum, specifically when it comes to this conversation, and people get very weird online. People get very parasocial online, and exposing your child to all of that, to me, is problematic. Your child loses their sense of privacy, especially at a time period in their life where they literally don't know what the fuck is going on. I think it's one of those things in life where everything is fine while they're fine, but when it's not, ooh, you are really gonna see the repercussions of it. Listen, a lot of people, including myself, already have this belief that you should separate business from family as much as possible. But when the business becomes family, that can lead to some very, very ugly situations. Some very, very ugly situations that end up being played out publicly in front of millions of people. Now, I will throw Halle some bail here, no pun intended, but low-key pun intended. Literally an hour ago, she did tweet out that, yesterday, maybe I did overreact and shouldn't have brought it here. I know that Halo is always safe with his dad. I just don't like finding out with the rest of the world what my baby is doing. Thank you, Kai, for the gifts for Halo. So she did take accountability for her actions, which I feel like in a lot of these situations we talk about, this person should be held accountable. It is nice to see someone actually just own up to it and say, yeah, I was kind of tripping. While the internet, and you can make an argument that this video as well is trying to hold her to the fire, I do think she has a right to feel the way that she did. I don't think she was like really tripping for real. As the mother of this child, of this baby, she is well within her rights to feel uncomfortable and mad to just randomly see her kid in front of like the biggest stream in the world without any notice. And while I see where people are coming from, to me it is a false equivalency to make it seem like DDG doing his offline vlogs, doing these little TikToks and having the kid in there is the same as having the kid on the biggest live stream in the world. It is different. I've been saying it a lot on the channel and I'll say it again. A live stream, especially of this magnitude, is just different. This is a uncontrolled, unedited, unregulated environment where anything can happen live, and if it happens live, you can't take it back. And I don't want to make it seem like Kai stream is the most dangerous place on earth, but even in these last 7 days, there's been a lot of wild shit that has happened on Kai stream that I personally wouldn't want my baby to be around. And not even on some problematic shit, like Kai literally got swatted like 3 days into the stream.
That shit is not a joke, bro. People can actually die, and that has happened. Streamers have died because police came to the house, guns up, thinking there was some serious shit going on, and this push came to shove, fire. People are dead, bro. This is not a joke. It's not a laughing matter at all. This shit's corny to me.
I would not want my baby to be in a house that could potentially get swatted at any moment because it can get doxxed by hundreds of thousands of people. Like, I don't want that for my kid. What the fuck? Listen, I understand in 2024, if there is one thing the internet loves to do, it is to play the accountability game. I want to reemphasize, I am not saying that Halle Bailey shouldn't be held accountable and that all the hate is just coming from DDG and Kai dick riders. But I also don't like this counter movement when it comes to holding people accountable where everyone just defaults to, well, I mean, you shouldn't have got yourself in this situation in the first place. Like, two things can be true at once. I don't know if y'all know that. And if something shitty happens to someone, you don't have to default to, but why were you even in that situation in the first place? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like victim blaming. With Halle and DDG, Halle decided to fall in love with DDG. DDG did the exact same thing. They got into a serious relationship. They had a kid. They broke up. From my understanding, they are co-parenting, and this is what life is for them. And regardless of how many times you want to cry accountability, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the night, Halle Bailey is the mother of this child, and she is well within her rights to feel some type of way about her kid, about her baby, being in front of a live stream to this magnitude, especially when she just didn't get notified. Which she did clarify in her apology tweet that her biggest problem was just, yo, just let me know. Like, goddamn. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below, and I'm out of here. Peace.